Hi students, in this session we mainly discuss the medieval history of India. Medieval history of India mainly begins with the period of Delhi Sultanate. We discuss the medieval history of South India. The medieval history of South India we mainly covered the topic Chola Empire. Now what about North India? About medieval history. And medieval history of North India is beginning with the establishment of Delhi Sultanate. When we discuss about Delhi Sultanate, mainly five dynasties are there under Delhi Sultanate. Why these five dynasty? The period of these five dynasty, which established in India in the beginning of medieval period, is known as Delhi Sultanate. Is that all these dynasties they ruled from Delhi. Delhi emerged as an important city, an important center, and all these rulers, five important dynasties of Delhi Sultanate, they had chosen Delhi as their main center to rule the empire. So, and they also adopted the title sultans. That is why this period is known as the period of Delhi Sultanate. Let's see which are the five important dynasties of Delhi Sultanate. It begins with slave dynasty. You know, Muhammad Ghori was the Muslim ruler who attacked India. Before that, Muhammad Ghazni attacked India. His attack was not with the intention of invading the country. His attack was only to plunder the wealth of the country. Muhammad Ghazni, he attacked India 17 times. Then after that, Muhammad Ghori, he attacked India with the intention of expanding his empire in India. He had the ambition of establishing his empire in India. So he invaded India, and but he could not continue in India. Okay, so he left India after leaving all these invaded territories to his governor general or army general Qutbuddin Aibak. Qutbuddin Aibak was his one of the courageous army general. At the same time, he was also a slave. In those days people were available to buy from the market, or sometimes they are defeated, people who are soldiers who are defeated in the war and all, captured and kept as slaves. Okay, so Qutbuddin Aibak was one of the slave of Muhammad Ghori. So all the invaded territories were given by Muhammad Ghori to Qutbuddin Aibak. Okay, so Qutbuddin Aibak, he took over all the Indian territories which are invaded by Muhammad Ghori, and he established a dynasty in India. So that dynasty is named as slave dynasty. Why? He was a slave of Muhammad Ghori. And this dynasty is also known as Mamluk dynasty. Mamluk is also meaning is, the term of meaning is that slave. So Mamluk dynasty or slave dynasty. That was the first dynasty under Delhi Sultanate. Okay, so Qutbuddin Aibak, then his son Aram Shah. Aram Shah was not so efficient ruler, so his son-in-law, his name is Iltutmish, he took over the power of Delhi Sultanate. Then Iltutmish's daughter Razia Sultana emerged as an important ruler. She is the only one queen among all these 32 rulers of Delhi Sultanate. I told you, Delhi Sultanate comprising of 5 dynasty, all together 32 rulers. The first dynasty was slave dynasty. Who founded the slave dynasty? Qutbuddin Aibak. Then after the slave dynasty, Khilji dynasty took over the power of Delhi Sultanate. Okay, then Jalaluddin Khilji was the founder of Khilji dynasty. Then after Jalaluddin Khilji, one of the most important ruler of Khilji dynasty was Alauddin Khilji. In the reduced syllabus, you need to study only about Alauddin Khilji and also Tughlaq dynasty, Muhammad bin Tughlaq. That means after Khilji dynasty, Tughlaq dynasty came into power. In the Tughlaq dynasty, most important ruler was Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Then after Tughlaq dynasty comes Sayyid dynasty. Then after Sayyid dynasty comes Lodi dynasty. So which were the 5 important dynasties? Slave dynasty, Khilji dynasty, Tughlaq dynasty, Sayyid dynasty and Lodi dynasty. Children, you don't have to study about all these dynasty, all 5 dynasties, because of the reduced syllabus. In the reduced syllabus, you need to study only the sources of Delhi Sultanate. That means under the source, you have to only study about Qutub Minar. Okay, Qutub Minar is an important structure which is constructed by the Qutbuddin Aibak. He laid the foundation of Qutub Minar, and Iltutmish, his son-in-law, Qutbuddin Aibak's son-in-law, completed the work of Qutub Minar. Okay, so that is an important source of Delhi Sultanate you will be studying. Then you will study about Alauddin Khilji, one of the famous ruler of Khilji dynasty. Then you will study about Muhammad bin Tughlaq, one of the most famous ruler of Tughlaq dynasty. Other than that, you are not studying about Sayyid dynasty and Lodi dynasty. Lodi dynasty, you understand, Ibrahim Lodi was the last ruler of Lodi dynasty. That means the last Delhi Sultanate ruler was Ibrahim Lodi. Understood? So now we are going to discuss all about Delhi Sultanate in this lesson. Sultans of Delhi. Our capital Delhi has a long history. People have continuously inhabited Delhi since 6th century. However, it became a major city in the 12th century. During this century, Indian rulers Chauhans conquered the city of Delhi and transformed it into an important commercial center. In 1192, with the defeat of Prithviraj Chauhan by Muhammad Ghori, Delhi came under the Muslim rule. In 1206, Muhammad Ghori appointed one of his Governor-General, Qutbuddin Aibak, as the governor of Delhi. Thus was established first Muslim dynasty in the Indian subcontinent at Delhi. It was called Mamluk dynasty. From 1206 to 1526, Delhi was ruled by different Muslim dynasty. They all preferred the title of Sultan and capital as Delhi. So this period of history came to be known as Delhi Sultanate. It started with Mamluk dynasty, then followed by Khilji dynasty, Tughlaq dynasty, Sayyid dynasty and Lodi dynasty. You can see here all these dynasty. Yes, Mamluk dynasty, Khilji dynasty, Tughlaq dynasty, Sayyid dynasty and Lodi dynasty. So it began with, you see the period of Mamluk dynasty, that means 1211 to, and it ended with 1526. After Qutbuddin Aibak, his son-in-law Iltutmish took over the power of Delhi. Iltutmish passed on reign to his daughter Razia Sultana, as she was more capable than his son. She was the only woman ruler from the Delhi Sultanate. Ghiyasuddin Balban was the last ruler of Delhi Sultanate. After his death, Delhi went under the control of Khilji dynasty. The founder of Khilji dynasty was Jalaluddin Khilji, and he was succeeded by Alauddin Khilji, an excellent administrator who influenced many following rulers. The death of Alauddin Khilji brought the end of Khilji dynasty and began with Tughlaq dynasty. Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq was the first ruler of Tughlaq dynasty, and he was succeeded by his son Muhammad bin Tughlaq. After his death, Firoz Shah Tughlaq became the next ruler. In 1398, the Timur attacked India from Central Asia to loot and plunder it. Delhi was in ruin. After his attack, he appointed Khizr Khan as the governor of Multan and Sindh. Later, Khizr Khan appointed the Sayyid dynasty, which ruled over Delhi from 1414 to 1451. After his death, the rule Sayyid dynasty was taken over by Mubarak Shah Balul Lodhi, a noble established the Lodhi dynasty. After him, his son Sikandar Lodhi took over the rule and shifted his capital from Delhi to Agra. He was succeeded by Ibrahim Lodhi but was unable to continue and in 1526 Babur defeated Ibrahim Lodhi in the Battle of Panipat and founded the Mughal Empire in India. Okay, so Ibrahim Lodhi was the last ruler of Delhi Sultanate. So after the Delhi Sultanate, that means after the period of Delhi Sultanate, they took over first Battle of Panipat. It took over between Babur and the last ruler of Delhi Sultanate. Who was the last ruler of Delhi Sultanate? Ibrahim Lodhi. And Ibrahim Lodhi was defeated by Babur in the year 1526 with the first Battle of Panipat, and there came into exist Mughal Empire in India. Is that clear? Yes.